Hello and welcome. My name is Maximilian.
My name is David.
And we are tabletopper.games, and today
we're gonna explain you guys how combat works.
Okay, so we have the thick skin without any weapons, and we have the medic actually with 2 weapons, but we are only ever able to use 1 weapon at a time. So for each attack I can choose whether or not to use a weapon. In this scenario we are going to move into this space. We see there's an enemy symbol on it, so if I would have just moved in here with 2 APs, bop bop, then we would spawn an enemy. We get the figurine or the standee, have the card ready, and the initial combat rounds begins. He's going to hit me, I'm going to hit him, and this is not an action, so no costs.
So I'm gonna play the enemy, 2
Yes.
green dice. Which one of your 2 weapons do you want to use?
I would like to use the knife.
That gives you 3 dice instead of 1. And we roll the dice at the same time. 3 damage.
3 damage. That is actually good and bad. If I continue my turn, I could do anything I want, but everything I do would trigger his attack.
So what would you do?
I'll take resources. So I'll have 1 AP and I'll take 2 resources.
Okay. And that action triggers a counterattack. And we've got another. And
I'm wounded already. So you see, this might not be the wisest approach to this situation. So we're going to reset it quickly because David has an other option.
so the medic knows there's gonna be an enemy on that tile, and the medic, even though she has weapons, she knows that she's not very good at fighting, and in general you try to avoid damage. So only take a fight if you actually see a purpose in it. So the medic says we are 2, let's
Work
fight
together.
that enemy together. And she, as an action, sneaks in, which costs her 2 AP plus 1.
For this, she has to pass a skill check on stealth.
Which she does, of course.
This enemy is not spawned because she succeeded the test, so sneaky.
Yes. So she's waiting. She saves her AP for any combat action in the later course of that day phase. The next character at turn is the thick skin, and the thick skin doesn't need stealth. He just walks right in, spawns an enemy, which is a soul elite, which is a mean character, and there's an initial combat round.
3 again.
3 again. The thick skin has the natural armor, which means -1, so I get 2 damage. I dish out 2 damage. And now my next action.
It would actually have been tapped, but the round is over already, so it's ready again.
My next action is to attack again. I'll attack. No damage. Counter attack.
2 damage.
2 damage, which means 1. And now we have the possibility of a multiplayer fight for this combat round. And I'm asking any character that is in combat reach if they want to join. So the medic is in combat reach. Does the medic want to join?
Yes, I would. Of course, in this scenario, I would use my knife.
So the medic uses 1 action to attack. So 1 AP here.
By the way, any action that you are saving while waiting can only be used during fighting action, so you cannot use it for anything else than fighting. Since this enemy has already done his turn,
He's tapped his attack in that combat round.
so there will be no counter attack.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good one. 3.
3.
So
this enemy would be dead. So you see, much better scenario. We're still better on health there, and the enemy is already dead.
Let's try this with more enemies, shall we? Okay, we set up the table for a quite bigger fight this time. And to make it easier for all the viewers, I'm going to play the enemies and David is going to play all the characters.
Funny, you're always the enemy in our play rounds. Okay, so we've got a situation here where we will show you the fight 3 against 3. And we start with the medic, who's the starting player. And she sneaks in because she doesn't want to fight 3 characters. Sneaking +1, 3 AP, you're right. Successfully sneaked in, and she waits here. Next is the thick-skin's turn. The thick-skin will move in, which costs him 2 AP. There's an initial combat round.
Nothing.
He hasn't taken an action on that map tile yet, so his next action is to attack. And he will attack the Soul Elite because he sees him as the most dangerous enemy. 1 AP. He has no weapons, so his attack dice are 1 green and 1 yellow. And he attacks
1 hit.
1 hit. And
The counter-attack. The counter-attack of this Soul Elite is 2 green die. It's 1. So, and you had actually 1 hit. So, this guy is tapped, but all the others
technically could attack.
Could attack.
But the thick-skin is gonna first ask other characters in combat reach, which is the medic and the veteran, because the veteran has a ranged attack, if they want to join. As soon as there's multiple players in fighting range and these players still have AP left in that day phase, a multiplayer fight could start. The thick-skin just attacked, and now he will ask the veteran if the veteran will join. Let's just play the scenario. The veteran does not join. After that, he asks the medic, who still has AP in this day phase, do you want to join? The medic also doesn't want to join. Then these two haven't acted yet in that fighting round, so they would just attack him, be tapped, and the next fighting round starts. But of course, the thick-skin asks the veteran, do you want to join? The veteran says yes. She's in fighting range because she has a ranged attack, and she decides to attack the Soul Elite.
Range attack is the yellow and blue.
Plus the normal dice.
Plus the normal dice, that's right. And I have 2 successes. So 2 hits.
1 arrow is gone. He cannot fight back because he already is tapped. So he would have a ranged attack, so if he wouldn't have been tapped, he could have attacked, but as he's already tapped, he can't attack back. So the Soul Elite will now decide whether he moves into the map tile of the ranged attack. That means you have to decide with the blue dice.
And he is not, so he's staying.
Within success, the Soul Elite would have moved here. Sometimes that is smart to actually lure enemies away from a map tile. So next, the thick-skin asks the medic if the medic wants to join, and the medic wants to join.
Of course.
The medic will attack the Soul Elite. She can only use 1 of her 2 weapons. She uses the knife, which means she gets 1 green, 1 yellow, and 1 blue. And she dishes out 2 damage. And now, as there are still other enemies in combat reach, she will get an attack from one of the other 2. In this case, actually from both, because she's the last in that combat round, so she will get an attack from the Soul Strider and from the rats.
So, Strider, 1 damage, he's tapped, and the rats, also 1.
Okay.
Tapped.
So, next combat round.
Everything is ready again, except this guy.
He's dead.
Yes.
So, the thick-skin will attack the Soul Strider. He uses 1 AP for that, rolls his attack dice, 1 damage, and the Soul Strider will attack back with 1 green dice.
Nothing.
So he is tapped, no damage. And now...
Oh, by the way, you forgot the 1 action
Oh yes,
for the...
thank you. Now he's asking the veteran, do you want to join the fight? The veteran says, no, actually I'm not. And the medic will also pass. There's still one untapped enemy on that map tile. And at the end of the combat round, he will attack.
So that's 1
Damage. For the thick skin. And next combat round, the thick skin attacks the strider again. He uses
1, and the strider had also 1. So this one over here.
Okay, now he's asking the veteran. This time the veteran will join because he sees the thick skin is slowly dying. And the veteran uses her attack dice. And she is attacking the strider as well. And she attacks. And the strider is dead. So now we still have the medic.
If she wants to join in, and
the medic says, okay, I'm joining. She uses
the knife.
The knife. She dishes out only 1 attack. That's the special rule for the rat. The rat needs 1 damage in 2 different attacks.
And the rats are
attacking the aggressor.
The aggressor. So that's 1 hit
damage.
point, 1 damage.
Okay.
New combat round.
So these 2 are dead.
Oh yeah, that's true.
This guy is also dead.
So fast.
And now the medic, the thick skin will probably give the rest to the rat.
With his last action.
The rat still gets to attack back.
So done, and 1 attack back, nothing. And there you have a field full of loot.
Yes. So this is the most complicated Under Our Sun will ever get. And I think with the rules, it's still pretty easy to handle.
If you have any questions, please ask us in the comments or write us a mail. BDG. I hope you liked it. I hope it helped. See you in the next one. And cheers from Munich.
Bye.